Okay, first of all, I would like to give all honors and praises to my Father in heaven and my Lord Jesus Christ. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Keith of Ribbing Wine. I'm an alumni of the 2012 Almost Home Winter Shelter here at St. Mary's Center. I'm also a member of their Hope and Justice team, and I'm the president of the Council of Elders here at St. Mary's Center. So I would like everyone to please do me a favor, sit back, relax, strap on your seatbelts, and allow us to take you on this extraordinary Father's Day program, starting with my friend and yours, Council of Elders member, Benny Whitfield, to open us up with a word of prayer. Amen.
All right, all right. Thank you.
Good morning. It's Father's Day prayer. Thinking of you on Father's Day and offering you a prayer that God will keep you always in the shelter of his care. May he guide you in your daily work, bless everything you do, and grant you all those special joys that mean the most to you. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank
And
you.
at this time, I would like to pass it back to the Director of Community Outreach and Services here at St. Mary's Center, the highly talented Janie Castillo.
Thank you, sir. That's beautiful. I appreciate your words, and I appreciate you blessing us into the day, blessing us into the celebration. As you know, we are dedicating this event to a father and grandfather that we have all known for quite a while, and that's our dear friend, Jerome McIntosh, who passed from a long bout with cancer. We miss him in so many ways, and I just wanted to be able to dedicate this event to him. If there anyone who would like to say a couple of words about our dear friend, please do.
Jerome was an awesome individual, and he was a gentleman in every respect of the word gentleman. I had the pleasure of being his teammate at Residents United network functions. So we would drive up to Sacramento, we would drive to Burlingame, and he was just a pleasure to be around always. He always thought of others. He always volunteered his time to help others. He was just a beautiful person, and I will miss him a lot.
Yes. Thank you, Anne, so much, so much.
I want to say something about Jerome. Jerome was a team player for sure. He loved St. Mary's. He loved that St. Mary's helped him to change his life before the unfortunate thing ended up happening. But he was a real good guy. I'm going to miss him, but we're going to keep him in our prayers. And the thing about it, if we all believe in God, we'll see him again. Amen.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. We have time for one more comment if there's anyone else.
Well, Madlynn,
Yes, Madlynn.
what I love most about Jerome is when he's seen you, he always greeted with you, "Hi, baby." And if if I was having one of them days, that made me feel so good. And when he didn't say it, it's like, oh, why didn't he say it?
Yeah.
But I love
yeah.
I love that about him.
Yeah.
I let him know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. You're so true. He made you feel like you were the important one, you know.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
had a lot of people tell me that. Well,
Yes.
well, do remember him throughout this hour and, you know, in all sincerity, throughout our lives. Thank you so much. So I am going to welcome up to the Zoom stage one of our favorite people here at St. Mary's Center is Donald Williams, who works with our facilities. But you guys may not know that this man has had a long history of helping our young people here in West Oakland. And he has been a father to many who probably didn't have any. So Donald, can you unmute yourself and share some of your experience?
Hey. All right. Good morning, y'all. Happy Father's Day, and thank you for welcoming me to the event. I'd like to start off by saying that I grew up here, born and raised in West Oakland on 37th Street. And working here at St. Mary's is bringing me back to the forefront because when I was younger, on the corner of 37th and Martin Luther King, was the original Spirit of 76 gas station in the 60s. And across the street was the first Safeway in Northern California on 37th Street. So I'm getting all these knowledge. I'm getting all this knowledge from older seniors, as I'm the youngest person there. So as I taking in, I'm just a sponge there, learning from these youngsters and taking. I always remember my grandmother, Mother used to say, listen to your elders and the seniors, and you will learn something. They haven't lived this long for nothing, you know. So I take that to heart, and I was basically raised and taught by seniors. When I was born in the hospital, my mama didn't take me home. My grandmama came and got me as a senior. So I've been around. So as years go by, working on the San Francisco corridor down in Healthy Oakland, I was part of a ceasefire program. As you remember, ceasefire program is, I was case manager of the Ghost Town area where I grew up at, because I'm familiar with a lot of families and friends of these young men. And all these young men that I worked with, it was gun activity. You had to be gun. It was either carrying a gun, shot somebody, killed somebody, been to jail, whatever. It's violence. These are very violent individuals that I work with. So what I did was install in them to help in my life, to help them lifestyles out. I case management with the city of Oakland through Emilio. I got 6 of these young men working at civil courts. I got 2 young men that's right now to this date are merchant seamen, and I got 3 young men that are iron workers in the union. And these guys are making over $1,500 a week, these young kids. That's why they wanted to change their life and everything. So, and as now still today, as I'm here at St. Mary's, I still follow up with these young men. I still call them and stay and connect and contact and connect with them and keep them focused. Because, you know, because it's so easy for these young individuals to get pulled back into the stuff that me and Emilio in the city of Oakland and the ceasefire program helped these young men get out of, you know. So, and with that said, we have some young men on the side of Brockhurst, of St. Mary's Center, on the Brockhurst Center side, that I have targeted, and I'm finna work with them and help them.
All right.
Help them take advantage of some of the service. I done connected the main leader of this young group to him. I had connected him with the City of Oakland services. So once he come aboard, the rest of the crew gonna follow. Believe me that. When they see him coming, they coming. So, and that's the project I'm on now with the young men, because they from Ghost Town, they right here by St. Mary's, and they're easy for me to access. And so I'm standing on them. So you guys continue to pray for me and pray for these young men that they just take advantage of these services, because it's there for the opening forum. And I want to thank Janie for inviting me to talk to you guys, the seniors. And I'm telling you, I learned from seniors. I'm telling you, I raised on seniors, and I was just like a sponge. And I think if I don't listen to the teachings I had from my seniors, I would not be here today. And I want to say thank to all the seniors that was in my life and the ones that's in my life today. You know what I'm saying? And to the board director here, that's Keith. Keep up the good work, man. I've seen God works in your life with my very own eyes. No one had to tell me that. I've seen it with my eyes. Stay focused and keep your eyes on God, and that's for the rest of your seniors too. And God bless you and thank you. And with that, I'm out. Thank you.
All right. Oh my goodness. Let's give it up for Don. Keep on working with them young children, because you know we gotta make that work. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. You're up after him, after Ann. We got Dwayne Jackson in the house now, so he'll be speaking right after we share this incredible story from Ann Bradley. Hold on. I think I want to unpin. How do I unpin him? And let me just go here. And I'm going to pin you. There you go. Woo! I got to get this Zoom right. And please share this beautiful inspirational story that you have. Thank you.
Yes, with my pleasure. This is entitled A Father's Eyes. Jonathan's mother died when he was very young. and his father brought him up. Both of them shared a very special relationship. Jonathan loved to play football, and his father made sure that he was always there to cheer his son at every match, even if Jonathan wasn't a part of the playing team. Jonathan, being small-sized, wasn't allowed to play in the main team. Nevertheless, he continued with his practice with full determination. Everyone thought that Jonathan would never be able to make it into the team, though somehow his determination carried him through. The coach, seeing his diligence and dedication, decided to keep him on the roster. One day during practice, the coach met him with a telegram. Jonathan was shocked to read the message contained in it. Swallowing hard, he mumbled to the coach, "My father died this morning. Will it be all right if I miss practice today?" The coach gently put his arm around his shoulder and said, "Take the rest of the week off, son, and don't even plan to come to the game on Saturday." On the day of the game, Jonathan's college team was losing badly to the rival team. The coach and the players had all lost hope when they saw Jonathan coming towards them. Jonathan ran up to the coach and pleaded with him to allow him to play this match. At first, the coach wouldn't allow him to play. However, after a lot of persuasion, the coach gave in. No sooner Jonathan joined the team in the field than their scores started to improve before both the teams were on a tie. However, the real cheer came during the crucial closing seconds when he intercepted a pass and ran all the way for the winning touchdown. His team members were ecstatic. The crowd came running towards him to celebrate the win. After the match, the coach went up to Jonathan, who was seated alone in the corner of the locker room, and asked, "Kid, I can't believe it. You were fantastic. Tell me what got into you. How did you do it?" He looked at the coach with tears in his eyes and said, "Well, you knew my dad died, but did you know that my dad was blind?" The young man swallowed hard and forced a smile. "Dad came to all my games, but today was the first day he could see me play, and I wanted to show him I could do it."
Wow.
Unfortunately, I can't claim that this is true, but it's definitely inspirational.
Oh, that's very inspirational.
Very inspirational. Thank you so much. Ann.
Thank you.
Thank you for
Yeah.
having me be part of this.
There are many parents right now that are looking down on us, including my daddy. So I'm so,
Yeah,
and that story was very touching. Ann.
thank you.
Just in the nick of time, my brother Dwayne Jackson is here, and I'm going to turn over the Zoom mic to him to share a couple of words about being a dad. You want to sit here?
Yeah, I have to come in with Janie. I'm gonna sit over here and I'm gonna speak.
I'll move
Very
out the
loud.
way. No, you switch with me.
Jamie's something else, y'all. She want me to get on the camera. How everyone doing this still in the mornings? This morning, how everybody doing this morning? It's in the afternoon yet.
Security.
Good morning, everyone. I'm gonna put my mask on a little bit. You know, I don't want nobody to get in trouble. So me and Jamie, we still okay. But this is my first time in 6 years ever getting on something. Janie always asked me to do something for the men for the Father's Day, but you know, sometimes we don't be encouraged, but it's somebody here that works with me that encouraged me, and that's my brother Donald. He encouraged me, and I thank God for him, you know, and so this is a good day. I woke up and I'm like, man, what can I talk about? We always want to have something to encourage the fathers as well as the mothers, as well as ourselves and each individual, you know, especially at this job, because we work with a lot of people, you know, and so I want to just encourage each and every one of you that's on this Zoom as well as in the building, because I woke up this morning encouraged and I had to think on what do I have to do today? And I said, and you know, as me being a believer in saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, I'm gonna be real, I'm gonna speak it out. You know, I said, what do I need to encourage each and every one on today? Because the Bible says first natural, then spiritual. Everybody not spiritual, so I have to go in the natural corner of mind first. So in saying that, I said, I have to obtain, right, what I get this morning, utilize it, and give it to somebody else. I said, I have to do that. So I'm doing this on today because we went through a lot through this pandemic, something that we never went through, that our fathers, grandfathers, and all those others went through in their decades and their times and their ages and stuff. Now we got it. So I said, man, what can I do to encourage each and every one as well as I encourage myself? And that's why I wore this shirt today. Now, so we can, okay, empower each other, we can be, be wise, be strong, be understanding, be encouraging, and all those things right now today. This what St. Mary has to do for the seniors, for the men and women. I'm speaking for the men right now for the Father's Day, but as well as the women and everybody, as the young people, everybody. I'm serious. And so I was like, what scripture can I get? And I'm gonna make this long story medium. I ain't gonna be too much longer. And I said, what can I get? So 2 Corinthians says 4:16 said, so we do not lose heart, though our outer selves is wasting away, our inner self is being renewed day by day. So I was like, wow. And that deals with life. That deals with what we deal with each and every day, our life, y'all. The fathers, that has to take care of their families, the loved ones, take communities and all that. The brothers that's fathers, the senior men that's fathers have to show the young men, as well as, me, myself, as being a little older, have to show the young men, and then have to get what I have to get from the seniors that's watching them here. Because I tell them all the time, I'm watching and learning from you on how to be and how not to be as I get older, and so I have to be that way with young people coming up, young men coming up behind me to be fathers, to know how to treat the women, know how to treat their communities, all these, know how to treat life. And so I was like, wow, it's something in this life, right? And so I was like going through my stuff, because I do a lot of study. Me and Don, we be on it. We come from McClimates High School. We study a lot. Nah, but so in saying that, I was like, what is life? And so Mother Teresa had a little thing on life. And I looked it up and I was like, wow, this is awesome. Life is an opportunity to benefit from it. Life is beauty, admire it. Life is dream, realize it. Life is a challenge, meet it. Life is a duty, complete it. Life is a game, play it. Life is a promise, fulfill it. Life is sorrow, overcome it. Life is a song, sing it. Life is a struggle, accept it. Life is a tragedy, confront it. Life is a venture, dare it. Life is luck, make it. Life is precious, do it. Do it. Life is precious, do not destroy it. Life is life, fight for it. That's deep, y'all. When I seen that, I was like, wow. So each and every one of you on this Zoom, and just in general, encourage each and every one to appreciate life. Don't take it for granted. We had the opportunity coming through this pandemic to help someone, see someone, encourage someone, and love on someone. So take life real precious this time. I did something yesterday and it was pricking me. I might cry. I said something to Janie, because Janie was saying something, and I kind of came, and me and Janie loved each other. And I thought it was wrong. I said, Janie, I want to apologize to you. And that's how Janie is with me. Janie get on me. So that's why we can make. So life is precious, y'all. So enjoy it. Loving each and every one. You all right?
Thank
Oh, great, bro. Thank you.
All right.
Thank you, bro.
That's father to fathers to fathers to fathers, right? Blessing, blessing, blessing. All right. Thank you. Now he's back to work. So that was really, really beautiful. So as you know, this Saturday, something really big happened. You guys know what happened? You don't know what happened?
Juneteenth was Juneteenth
became a federal holiday. Right?
Yes.
Usually we're out on Brockhurst doing big things and spending time with each other and listening to good music and riding horses. And so It's a blessing. And so next year, I'm sure it's going to be all the way live.
Yes.
Councilmember Brenda is going to share this poem that is specifically to Black men. And it's called Rise, Black Men Rise. And I am going to turn it over to her, who is going to share this beautiful inspiration on behalf of Juneteenth becoming a federal holiday, and specifically to Black men. Here we go. You ready, Miss Brenda?
Yes, I am.
All right.
I will read to you this poem, Rise, Beautiful Black Man, Rise. This poem is dedicated to African-American dads and granddads. It was written by L.J. Justice. Rise, beautiful Black man, rise. Rise above the dreadful circumstances that society has thrust upon you. Rise above the racism that makes you feel you are less than. Rise above the discrimination that tries to hold you back. Rise above the narrow-minded people that try to convince you that you will not succeed. Rise above the injustice that targets you as if you are a danger to society.
Wow.
Above the authorities that tries to imprison you. Rise above the challenges of your values, your faith, and your belief. Rise, beautiful Black man, rise. Rise above the harmful words that seeks to damage your self-esteem. Rise above those threats by your intelligence. Rise above the negative stereotypes that criminalize you. Rise above the people that never see past your skin color.
Hello.
Rise above the heartaches and the tears that have exalted your mind, body, and soul. Rise, beautiful Black man, rise. Rise and let the world see your power, your strength, and your courage. Rise and receive the love and affection that you so generously provide to others. Rise and regain your pride, your dignity, and your sense of self-worth. Rise and prove to this country that you are not tolerate being held down any longer. Rise and allow each and every one of us to see the splendor and beauty in you. Rise, beautiful Black man, rise.
Yeah. Woo-hoo, my goodness. Now, you know, if we was all together, that would be a standing ovation,
Thank
right?
you, Brenda.
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Brenda.
that was beautiful. I like that.
Yes, yes.
Can you text me that?
Yes, we will. We'll share it with you.
Okay, thank you.
Very much, so very much. So right now, I want to do a facilitator's change because I want to make sure that we have time for our presentations and to share a little bit about our dads. So let me not do the video because I want to jump into another speaker that we have that is a new daddy, and that's James Cogley-Viramontez, who is going to share a photo journey of him and his baby daughter. So let me turn it over to James, who is going to talk about what it's like being a daddy. Go ahead, James. I'll let you share.
Hi, everyone. Can you, let's see, can you see what's going on here?
Hi, James.
Hi, everyone. Is that you, Sharon?
Yes.
First, let me just say I'm very honored and deeply moved to be thought of and to be able to share in this space. And I couldn't think of a better thing to honor this space with than sharing a bit of my life, because that's what I would like to share with. So here's a little bit of my life with my daughter. But first, I have to honor my wife and my daughter Sonia, my wife America and my daughter Sonia, who I wouldn't be here and I wouldn't be a father for sure without the both of them. So I just wanted to share them first and foremost. Here's a little bit of us. in Richmond off the coast. And I just want to say it's just such a joy to re-explore life with my little one. Every day is something new again in life for her and for me while I watch her grow. Here's a book that Carlos Salazar gave us, and it's as my family has grown, so has the love and care around us. And it's just about building community. So that's one thing that I've really gotten from being a father, is the building of our community. And here we are relaxing on Lake Merritt. Note the double mask. Yes, we are in a pandemic.
Oh.
Sonia loves to climb and to hop on pop, as it were. And I just love seeing her grow and learn and explore. She loves getting all messy and into everything. Here's some meal time. Note the bags under my eyes. Yes, there are many sleepless nights, but it's worth it. Here's a cool Buddhist shrine we found while we're out wandering the streets of Oakland. Here we are in the Reinhardt Redwoods, and her smiles are the best. And she really shows her smiles when she's outside and in the forest and in the trees. She's an outdoor girl, so we love that. And I cherish her smiles so much. And let's see. Here she is reading. She's a little reader. Okay, so I have to tell the story. She communicates with books. Like, for instance, this happens all the time. Like my wife, America, was talking to her about her feelings. So Sonia goes to her bookcase, starts pulling out all the books in the bookcase, and then finds one particular book about feelings and brings it over to us to read. So she's very aware of like what book she's reading, what she's learning about. So I thought that was just very cute. Here's a cool photo. She's got the backwards cap. Us outdoors again. That's always fun. And then here we are in the Berkeley Gardens, trying to teach her to stop and smell the roses every once in a while. And then here's us fast asleep after a hard day's fatherhood. In closing, I just wanted to say that first, thank you for thinking of me, and also that sort of the biggest change for me has been in fatherhood has been expanding my capacity for love. So it's for everybody, for everything, just noting how the world is so precious, and everybody deserves so much love, and especially for my daughter Sonia. And so that's my little sneak peek into our life.
I love all of Sonia's little hats.
Yeah, thank you.
That was nice.
She's the sweetest, cutest baby in the whole world. And he's just a beautiful dad all the way around, right? My heart expanded when I had my kids. I didn't know I could love like that. And I just know what it means to have a child. It's just amazing. And you're such a great dad. And we're just here to just watch you bloom and grow and see this little one just blossom under your care, James. Congratulations, woman.
Thank
really
you.
love you. All right. Isn't that a beautiful opening into our open mic segment, which means that this is where you could share your dad, your grandfather, or those that stood in for you as father. We also would love to share your own experience as father. Here to open us up with her story is Councilmember Madlynn Johnson, and this will give you time to think about what you would like to share. Everybody has about 90 seconds, so be conscious of the time so we can have as many people share as possible. Councilmember Johnson, I'll turn it over to you.
Thank you so much, Janie, and good morning to everyone. It's a blessing to have a male figure helping to guide your life. It was an honor for me to have three who God was guiding my life. One cared for my mother and regularly had dinner with us. One who was Filipino, but he taught me many things And one of the most important things he taught me was how to cook perfect rice.
Ooh.
My biological dad tried to tell me who he was, but was having a hard time telling me. So he told me to call him daddy. If I can't do that, call him uncle. All that to say is do what you can for the children that are growing up. Be a male role model in whatever you can do, whether it's having dinner, cooking with them, or just being there for them.
Beautiful. Thank you, Ms. Johnson. Beautiful. So who would like to go first? You could use the Zoom, raise your hand, or I could see your hand and I'll put your names down. Is there someone who would like to share about their father or father-like figure or being a father? Yes, Keith and then Ann.
Yeah. I want to do something I've never done before, is say Happy Father's Day, because, I didn't know my father growing up at all. So I never had this opportunity to say Happy Father's Day. And really, I never wanted to. But as I've gotten older, I've changed. So I want to say to my father, Happy Father's Day, because you know what? Without him, I wouldn't be here. And yeah, that's all I want to say that. But then being a father myself, I've always said, I want to be in this life. And it is like James says, it's a beautiful thing, to be in your son or daughter's life. Thank you.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. And
Yeah, I miss my dad. He passed 3 years ago. And the last few years of his life, we grew a lot closer. I visited him twice a month at a retirement facility, and we'd have lunch together. And all through growing up, even as a teenager, I became politically aware, and we were always in disagreement. He was always a Republican, and I was always a Democrat, or even sometimes bordered on a socialist. And so we would have very rousing debates. We would still say I love you at the end of the debate, but we never agreed on anything politically.
wow.
Until he got older. And Donald Trump was on the ballot, and I can't help but think I influenced him to vote for Hillary Clinton. So way to go, Dad.
All right, that's exciting. How about Brenda?
Yes, I want to say Happy Father's Day. Happy belated Father's Day to all the fathers in the house, the ones present and the ones who passed on. My father have crossed over, but my father was the father of 11 children. My father was a great provider for his whole entire family. My father had a quiet spirit about himself. I was raised up with 8 boys. I'm the second from the oldest. But before he left home from work, if he had anything for us to do, he would make sure that somebody heard him. He was quiet spoken, but he made sure one of us heard him so we could pass the message on. My father was a great provider, and I, being the only girl raised up with 8 boys, I was a father's girl. I love my father yet to this day. I remember I was acting out of character, and my father was the one that witnessed it. So when we got home, he took me in my bedroom. He got a switch, but he was striking a belt, but he was striking it on the bed, and he told me to holler, to cry, so my mother would hear me. So he kept doing that, and finally we came out of the room, and my mother said, "I know you didn't do nothing today, girl."
Oh my goodness.
I love my dad. I love my dad, and I thank you for listening.
Oh, wow. That's a beautiful story. I love that. I wish I had a story like that, because it was for real in my house. All right. All right. Well, I don't see any hands up, but I want to really appreciate Jarrell Jacobs, who's in the room, and I know he is a great daddy. Would you say a couple of words, Jarrell?
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers. My journey as a father has been quite tremendous, and it's a blessing to be a father. I'm the second oldest on my dad's side, but I am the baby of my mother, and they call me Little Big Brother because I take care of everybody. And me being a father has transitioned my life completely, and made me a better man, a better person. Because it says, you know, a man does not know how to love unconditionally until he has a daughter. And when I had my daughter, God didn't bless me with one, but he blessed me with two. And so when you really understand how to love and how to love unconditionally, it's through your daughter that teach you how to love a woman beyond the point of just loving her for who she is, but just loving her inside and out. And so it's been a journey. I've been a father for 5 years. I have my oldest son will be 6 in September, and my daughters, they just turned 3. And so it's been a journey, but it's been a well worth it journey, if I can say that.
Yes, thank you. Blessings, blessings. I can tell by how happy your babies are when you're on the phone that they just got a good life. They really do. They got a good life. I also want to make mention of the single mamas. I see your hand, Tessa, who stood up and had to play both roles in the household. You know, let's just give it up for them for a moment. You know, one of those for a while too. So that is a serious, serious work. Tessa, would you like to share?
Yeah. So a lot of you were able to meet my mom for the Mother's Day event. And I just wanted to share that my dad is just as special to me. I wish that he could be here for this Father's Day event too, but he had to work. He is just someone who I can always depend on, always trust. It's because of him that I am who I am today. And he has this great sense of humor, and Janie got to experience it.
Oh man, he hit me with one that was just like, ouch. I'm like, whoa, it was good. Loved him right on the spot in that first second that I met him, Tessa.
And he's just incredible, and I love him so much. And I just wanted to share that with all of you.
Thank you, Tessa.
Thank you.
All right, who else?
Danny, do I speak now or wait till the end?
We're gonna hold you for closing if that's okay, Carey.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Judy, ¿quiere hablar sobre tu papá si quiere?
Can I just say Happy Father's Day? I forgot to say that. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there, and the ones that have passed on as well. And I wish my dad could be here today for this too.
Me too. All right, Judy, I want to make sure I could hear you because your sound isn't coming through. No podemos oírte. Let her try.
Johnny, happy Father's Day for everyone first, but my father was my mother. And my mother was always my mother and father at the same time. My father, I know him 10 years when I was 10 years, but my mother was mother and father for me, excellent too. Yeah, thank you.
Gracias, Judy. Gracias.
Janie,
yeah.
I want to add on to what I said, but nevertheless, he did reprimand me, but I didn't get a beat down.
No, we got you. We got you. All right. I'm gonna see if Sharon would like to say anything. Would you unmute yourself, dear?
I guess it'll work, huh?
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Really, I didn't meet my father until I was about 21 years old. For some reason, my mom had told us that he had passed. But something told I found out his name. So something told me to go to the phone book, and I found his name in that phone book, and I called him. And from that day on, me and my daddy tried to form a relationship.
Wow.
But I was already grown anyway. But what he did, he took my daughter in and did all the things he didn't do for me, he did for my daughter.
Wow.
He's passed now, praise the Lord, but that's my story.
My goodness, Sharon, that's a lot to meet your dad
Yes.
at 21.
Yeah.
I never knew that. What a blessing.
Thank you.
I got to live a little bit.
Yeah, good. Rebecca, did you want to say anything? Unmute yourself. There you go.
Yeah. Hi, everyone. Happy Father's Day to everyone of your father, even when they are already in heaven or who are present. But my father is already in heaven many years ago. But my father is a very hardworking and loving father and husband. That's what I remember. Yeah. So, but we are so close when because my mother passed away early, but we got so close to when my father went to the city, because we are in the province. Always, I did not when I finished my college, I stayed in the city, and I just go home every once in a while. So, but yeah. So
Rebecca's from the Philippines, for those of you who don't know.
Yeah, from the Philippines. But I stayed in the city when I finished my college. I stayed in the city already for my work. But my father is in the province.
Well, blessings to your dad, Rebecca.
Yeah, so I miss him.
Yeah.
That's all what yeah.
All right. Thank you. Thank you for coming. James, would you like to say anything? You can unmute yourself, sir.
Me?
James Hopkins. Oh, I'm sorry, James. That's right. There's two. Mr. Hopkins. Please unmute yourself. Maybe that's helpful.
Okay, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I would just like to say that I'm blessed to have a father, to grow up with a father figure in my life. But it's been, it was the last 10 years of my father's life that I had a chance to spend a lot of time with him, because I got disabled and I didn't work, and he had got older, and I was able to take vacations with him and meet other family members out of state. And we did that twice a year. And I was able to be there for him when he got sick and stay with him, take care of him, and, you know, live in two homes. And he was always there for me, and I love him and I miss him. And I just thank God for him, for the father that I had.
It's a blessing to be able to care for your elder during those last days. I myself did that too. Miss Julie Merrow, what a pleasure to have you here. Did you have a couple of words for us?
Yes, I had a great dad like everyone else, taught me lots of things. And something that you would never imagine is that he taught me how to gamble.
Oh,
betting on games, and especially football games.
Oh my goodness.
I've given up that habit.
Oh, very good. Jesse, can I allow you to share? Jesse Williams. You can unmute yourself if you'd like to share.
Is that me, Jen?
Yes, sir, please.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't hear the name. I am a dad myself. I guess the newest thing in my life is that my son contacted me yesterday and wished me happy Father's Day, and informed me that our WEOS clan has been expanded by one just recently. Yeah, and it was a boy. So we have another male witness to carry on.
Congrats, Grandpa.
That was really good news. I have other grandkids, but they all seem to have, we've got a bunch of girls.
Well, it's good. Now you got some of
I love my female, I love my girls though, but it was just kind of special to hear that.
That is good. That is great. Oh, Jesse,
Thanks,
congratulations.
Thank you.
Terry was on the phone, but if you're back, Terry, would you like to say something?
I would just like to say happy Father's Day to all of the fathers. And I would also like to say I really enjoyed this event, all of the speakers and everybody speaking up. And yes, that's what I'm going to say. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And it's a pleasure to have Carla Salazar with us. Hi, Carla. Would you like to say a couple words?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Awesome. Yes. Hi. Thank you, everyone. It's happy to be here. It's so exciting. I'll share a little bit of my dad. So it's the total opposite of what Julie's dad taught her. So my father taught me how to save. He taught me how to, when at the age of 7, started learning how to. I had my own little bank, little registry thing, and he was the bank. So yeah, it was cool.
Yep. Oh, I really want to do that. My daddy taught me how to spend.
My mommy taught me that. My dad was like, no, this is how you save. You don't spend the money. So yeah.
I just love it that we have so many St. Mary's staff in the room. What a blessing, because here is Meg. Meg, are you here with us that you could say a couple of words? One day we're going to all be back.
Yes, I'm
Hi,
here.
Meg. Go ahead. Oh.
Whoa. Here we go. I was just trying to start video. Here we go.
There you go. Yay.
Happy Father's Day to all the fathers here and everywhere, and all the mentors, all the male mentors out there. I just am every day. My dad's been gone from about a dozen years, but every day I appreciate him more, because I didn't really appreciate him maybe as much as I could have. He was the light of our lives. And I mean, all the people around me, all the family and friends, all the kids thought that he was the best dad in the neighborhood. He took us, on little outings, and his friends called him Joey. We didn't, we called him Dad, but he was like everybody's uncle, that kind of feel. And he inspired us to be joyful and appreciate every moment of life. My mom was the stern one, and he was like, why are you studying? It's sunny outside. Go out and play.
Right.
Life is short. Live it a little, that kind of, it was a nice balance. But at the time when I'm trying to, get through school, it's like, Dad, I got to do this now.
Good for you.
Yeah, but he was a joy, and he was fun, and he was hardworking, and I appreciate him every single day. I don't know if I have the words to even express how much I love him right now for what he's done. So
well, we lift up your daddy too, and everybody's daddy.
Thank you
so much. Thank you so much. Here to close out, I think I got everybody. Here to close out our open mic segment is Carey Whiteside. And then if you will allow me a couple of minutes over, we'll have Ruby, who is going to do a collage for us. Okay, Carey, you take it home.
Yes, I like to say about my father. He only stood about 5'6". He also went blind, but he was also a great provider. And then he was basically telling me all this stuff to do, and I didn't really comprehend it till I got to St. Mary's. I said, my father used to tell me that. Positive thing, like get out of yourself, even though my niece said, I didn't know Grandpa was blind. She say he took us to the park in his blindness. He took them to the park. And I told her, I said, that's why you always walked out in front of him while you was holding his hand. You was actually leading him to the park. He was part of the group of Citizens Action, try to help people get crosswalks, stop signs. And we was raised in the project because after he had his heart attack on the job, we moved to the projects. So he had a lot of friends and stuff. He ended up buying a house. When he bought that house, he started going down south, getting some of my cousins where they can go to college. And they went to college. Now, I didn't realize that till I went to the Juneteenth family celebration, and I was able to put flowers on my mother's grave. They buried side by side. And my cousin told me, "I remember your dad came and got me, man. I love that man for getting me and helping me send him to college. He said he just needed a place to live and eat while he go to college. And my father did that. My father also raised him and my mother 3 other boys, and that was a non-selfish act. I remember when I used to get in trouble or do something like that, he come on in this house, boy, you welcome home. And also, like what Brenda talking about, I didn't realize he did the same thing to my sister, but I got the whooping.
Yeah.
That did whoop me. He telling me to holler. He hit the bed, say, "Holler, girl, holler." But yeah, I got the whooping, and my brother got the whooping. So out of that, I just realized that, he just didn't want to put a lot of pressure on us. He didn't. One time he told me to come take a walk with him, and that's when we was getting ready to move to Texas. He said, "Come on," because I took a walk with him, because he was blind. I said, "I don't think I want to go to Texas." He said, "It's better off that you go to Texas and stay out here, and you can be out and help me and your mom." So it was kind of a plan. So I ended up from 1965 to 1994. I spent every day with my father. And the people just loved him and my mother both, because my mother feed the neighborhood. And I had people come out and say, "I remember your mother, man, when your father, how they used to do that." And it's also his friends. A blind man actually taught me how, one of his friends was blind, Mr. James, and he taught me how to drive a stick. He taught me how to really calculate money. He had a business, and he had to have somebody to see to drive his truck. He had an old beat up Ford pickup truck, and so I drove that truck. He said, "Don't be trying to make a automatic out of the truck. You got to work with it. And there's so many other people. My uncles, I have a lot of uncles that was great. Fathers to their kids, and a lot of friends. He associated with them type of people that had families and stuff. And if their father moved on and left them, he'd take them in. So I remember used to be this gas station. I said, "Why Daddy going down to this gas station?" Even though he was blind, I didn't realize the 2 workers there was getting drunk and pass out. And he had to, kind of help the customers and stuff. What they need. I didn't realize that for a long time. And
Thank you, Carey. That's beautiful. I mean,
I like to say Happy Father's Day.
Thank you. Anne's story just kind of hit for real, because I didn't know your daddy was blind. And
Alrighty. So here's the Father's Day collage. Can you hear me?
Yep.
Great. Yeah, this is the Father's Day collage of all the photos the seniors have sent me. Here is Keith, his son, on the side. This is Brenda's father here. This is Anne's father over here, and his father. So I thought it was a good idea to just, create a collage of all the photos to commemorate such amazing fathers.
And so thank you guys so much for coming. This has been a beautiful event.
Yes.
Definitely.
Hey, Granny, that was hard one.
Huh?
That was hard one.
That was hard.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Nice.